$75,000 per ticket, $2 million gowns, $31 million raised in one night. The Met Gala looks like fashion's biggest fundraiser, but behind the flashing cameras and custom couture, the money trail gets murky. Who really benefits from all that glamour? And is this charity or just elite marketing in disguise? You've probably seen the headlines. The Met Gala 2025 took over the steps of the Metropolitan Museum with big looks and even bigger names. But this year wasn't just about glam. It came with a theme that actually meant something. Superfine, tailoring Black style. It focused on Black designers, Black dandy fashion, and the art of tailored style. And if you're thinking this sounds bold, you're right. From the moment the first celeb hit the carpet, it was clear this theme was open to wild interpretation. Some went full vintage. Others went futuristic. Take Simone Biles, for example. She showed up in a bright blue mini dress with a giant ruffled collar and a long flowing train. That dress stood out like a spotlight against the gala's all-flower staircase. Then there was Lauryn Hill, who lit up the carpet in a bold yellow suit, complete with a matching umbrella. You don't see that every day.
The Met Gala, only because I trained for the Olympics for my whole entire life, and this is just like a one-day event. Yeah. But I got in yesterday, we did all the fittings, and so it's just a lot.
Now, if you want drama, look at Cardi B. She rocked a deep green velvet suit with puffed sleeves and a corset, custom made by Burberry's Daniel Lee. He pulled cues from Victorian fashion, and it worked. Then came FKA Twigs, flipping the script with a crystalline flapper-style dress from Grace Wales Bonner. Feathers, fringe, and full-on dandy attitude. That dress said a lot without saying a word.
I feel great. I feel like she looks amazing. Today has been a stressful day, and it's a lot to be done.
You also had Zendaya in a clean-cut white Louis Vuitton three-piece suit walking alongside Pharrell. Their menswear twist fit the tailored-for-you vibe perfectly. And you can't skip Diana Ross. The Motown queen wore all white with an 18-foot train, covered in beadwork and even her family's names, personal and powerful. That's how you own a red carpet. By the end of the night, the message was clear. This was about legacy, culture, and showing the world how Black creativity moves the needle. The Met Gala turned into a full runway of Black excellence, with each look pushing the theme in a new direction. But while the outfits made headlines, one big question still hangs in the air. Who's really paying for all of this? Let's be honest. Getting into the Met Gala isn't just about who you are. It's about how much you're worth to the brands watching. In 2025, a single ticket to the Met Gala cost $75,000. That's more than the average American makes in a year. And if you want a table, that'll be at least $350,000. But here's the twist. Most celebrities don't actually pay these prices. They don't swipe a card and buy a seat. Brands do. Big ones. Fashion houses, tech giants, luxury labels. Why? Because the Met Gala is one of the most valuable stages in the world. You show up wearing a designer's outfit, and suddenly, that designer is trending in 20 countries. A-list guests walk in dressed like royalty, but behind the looks are months of planning, fittings, tailors, and stylists. Some gowns take 800 hours to make. Some cost more than a house. In 2023, Priyanka Chopra wore a necklace worth $25 million. It didn't go unnoticed. That single accessory dominated headlines, Instagram posts, and press stories across fashion media. For brands, it's genius marketing. A dress that costs $1 million might translate to $5 million in sales. And they don't just sponsor the dress. They buy the seat, book the jet, reserve the suite, and style the night from head to toe. Let's take 2025. Coleman Domingo, one of the event's co-chairs, wore a royal blue Valentino cape that paid tribute to the late fashion editor Andre Leon Talley. Zendaya wore a tailored Louis Vuitton suit designed under Pharrell's creative direction. Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats coordinated looks that subtly nodded to shared brand deals. And Louis Vuitton wasn't just behind the scenes. It was one of the gala's lead sponsors. In fact, brands like Loewe or media like TikTok and Condé Nast all had major financial stakes in the event this year. This is a luxury trade show dressed up as a party. And that party doesn't come cheap. Just to host the Met Gala costs millions. In 2016, the production bill hit $3.5 million. You've got to pay for transforming the Met Museum into a runway, decorating every inch of the venue, setting up lighting rigs, video walls, floral tunnels, food for 400 VIPs, not to mention security, press, and staff. In the Great Hall, a 32-foot centerpiece tree was installed this year just to match the theme. And the 63,000 square foot 2025 Met Gala carpet was crafted by artisans in Kerala, India, taking 480 artisans to create. Well, someone pays for all of it. Meanwhile, the official reason for this event is to raise money for the Costume Institute at the Met Museum. And here's where things get tricky, because while the event raised a record $31 million in 2025, that number isn't the whole story. That $31 million sounds huge. It's a jump from $26 million in 2024 and way up from the $17 million range a few years back. But how much of that actually ends up helping fashion, culture, and education? Reports show that some of that money never reaches the exhibitions or restoration projects. One year, $22 million was raised, but $6 million of that was used to cover event costs. That means almost 25% went toward the party, not the cause. The rest? It gets split between the Costume Institute and the museum's general operating budget. So, if you thought your $75,000 ticket was going directly to preserving fashion history, you might be surprised. There's no public breakdown of exactly where the funds go. The Met doesn't publish receipts. We don't know how much is spent on catering, lighting, performers, floral design, or set pieces. And without those numbers, people start asking tough questions. Like, can you really call this charity? Think about it. An event that flies in billionaires on private jets, decks celebrities out in multi-million-dollar outfits, surrounds them with gold-plated decor and media frenzy, and then says it's all for a good cause. It feels like the cause sometimes plays second fiddle to the spectacle. And sure, raising $31 million is impressive, but if some of that came from brand marketing budgets, if some of it funded a champagne waterfall and flower installations, and if the rest of it went to a museum department already backed by major sponsors, is it still charity? And what about the access? Tickets aren't open to the public. You don't just log on and buy a seat. You have to be approved by Anna Wintour's team to be relevant to fashion or media and often be backed by a brand with money to burn. That makes the whole thing feel more like a business summit than a fundraiser. And that's the part a lot of people miss. It's not that the Met Gala doesn't raise money, it does. But it raises it in a way that feels more like a corporate flex than a community-driven cause. Compared to other fundraising events, the New York City Ballet's Fall Gala raised just under $4 million. The American Museum of Natural History's Gala brought in around $2.5 million. The Met Gala dwarfs those numbers, but not necessarily because more people care about fashion. It's because fashion has figured out how to turn the red carpet into a billion-dollar billboard. Every year, the media value of the Met Gala skyrockets. In 2024, the event generated $1.4 billion in global media impact value, more than double what some Super Bowl campaigns bring in. That media splash is priceless for brands. A $350,000 table can pay for itself in Instagram likes alone. So when a brand spends millions to get a celebrity into the spotlight, it's not generosity, it's strategy. And celebrities benefit too. They get seen, they get praised, they get style deals, and they boost their image. Sometimes, that one appearance can relaunch a career or skyrocket a personal brand. But that benefit doesn't extend to you. You're not going to walk away with a Valentino partnership or an invite to Cannes. You're watching from the outside, through photos, posts, and live streams, while the world's richest and most famous congratulate each other for being fabulous. Sure, the Costume Institute gets new funding. New exhibitions pop up. The archive grows. But there's still no proof that the money goes toward community programs, scholarships, or public education efforts. It's all centered on preserving fashion, not on solving larger social issues. And that's fine, as long as we're clear about it. Because when the lines between charity and luxury marketing start to blur, so does public trust. And this year, the blur between glam and giving wasn't just noticeable, it was blinding. You had $75,000 tickets, $350,000 tables, gowns worth more than a mansion, and a grand total of $31 million raised. On the surface, it looked like a win for fashion. A night of beauty, art, and cultural pride. But look closer, and you'll see something else. Sponsored jets, brand battles, marketing gold mines, and a cause that gets lost somewhere between the red carpet and the after party. We're not just watching a fundraiser, we're watching a luxury spectacle dressed in philanthropy. The question isn't whether the Met Gala makes money. It clearly does. The real question is who it really serves, and who gets left behind in all that sparkle. So, vanity or charity? Give us your view in the comments for the world to see.